Oh well. Let's just get things going. Sorry the music wasn't operational during the pre-roll. I still haven't reprinted my checklists. I theoretically have sorted out a little checklist for what to do when doing a stream, but if you'll notice, this is very tiny. I printed it out too small to really be useful, so I need to redo it. I want to make a little like notepad or booklet of them, so I'll just have one for every day and can just like go down it, tear it off, put it on a spike or whatever, you know. Storm is a brewing. We got winter weather on the horizon. Here in about 3 hours, supposedly, is when it's gonna hit. At least that's what the notifications on my phone have been telling me, and I haven't investigated further recently. Trying to be better about making sure I rinse this out really well. These bottles I mix my meds up in have a tendency to start growing mold. If too much of it sticks on the sides, it'll start building up and then growing stuff on it. I also try to hit it with a bottle brush every once in a while, but also I just, more in general, been trying to rinse it out thoroughly. That also makes me drink more water, and the more hydrated I am, the more less pain my kidneys are. Oh, what are you doing, blowtorch, under my feet? You don't belong there. I need to put some gloves on. I'm touching way too many things without gloves, and I feel my joints seizing. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Oh dear. Oh no, oh dear. Oh no, oh dear, oh my. Oh no, oh dear, oh my, oh no. We've got one black glove here. This appears to be empty. Let's go put this on. This seems like an opportune time to mention the Throne wish list, where many boxes of gloves for my autoimmune compromised hands and my crazy sensitive skin do occupy. The most prominently and useful at the moment are these, the heavy duty nitrile exam gloves. These are the ones I'm preferring right now. They're nice and thick, so they're a bit warm if I have to do anything dexterous out of doors where it is cold. And, yeah, they fit me fairly well. Pretty good texture, all of that. This box, this is empty. This is a box somebody gave me in person, but is now empty. Also notable, here, let's see what we got here. The pink ones are the other ones I really like, just because they're pink. But, I have one pink glove. I've got one blue glove that I buy these sometimes from the CVS when I have to get some in an emergency. Like, maybe now I am going to need to buy some gloves at the CVS at really ridiculously overblown prices. But I am discovering I have no gloves. Yeah, and the last box over there I believe is also empty. So we're gonna mismatch today. Great. That's another thing that we need money for that I can't afford. Great. Oh, the background is a bit of a disaster right now, isn't it? Sorry about that. It's mostly just looks like that because the blanket is pulled up from where a puddle has developed in a depression in my floor. The water likes to run between the floor of the tent and the tarp I have underneath of it. And then it builds up over here where there's like a hollow in the ground. I didn't have the time and opportunity to properly level the ground before I set up camp here. I didn't think I would be here this long. So, yeah. That's one of those things. It's like, well, it sure would be nice to just take this whole thing down, you know, rearrange it. Oh, I need to log the meds I just took. Great. Let's go ahead and do this. So, yeah. But it's such an operation to really just like pull everything out, take the whole tent down, put it all back up, redo all of the tarps. Like, it would just be a thing. Oh my goodness. There's nasty tar under the lizard that just slipped loose. Let's clean. I am thoroughly Captain Distracto today, huh? Anyways, things, links, and whatnot. The Ko-fi, also the place of the... Hello. There it goes. That's where we're mostly doing our fundraising, but we also do have a Cash App. Alright, let's, this So, other exciting news, we got some, new tools in the mail. Somebody ordered us some tools off of Timo, and, I never know if I should, like, shout out people on stream, or on Blue Sky or wherever. On Blue Sky, I generally don't do it, just because there's so many people, desperate, in desperate situations, and have, asks out for mutual aid and, collections and things like that for various needs. And I don't want any of those people to see that somebody that they know gave to us and then be like, oh, well, why'd they give to them for that thing when the thing they need isn't as important as the thing I need? And you're like, I just feel like it creates a bit of a negative social dynamic to let people know that so and so is throwing around money, you know? Especially in that sort of community where we're all poor, we're all desperate, we're all homeless and lacking medications and undergoing treatments and, you know, facing the rising tide of fascism, all of that sort of good stuff. So I try not to explicitly mention who has spent money on us unless somebody outs themselves as as the donator, you know. Oh, I forgot, I haven't worn this one in a while, and I only ever put the single spot of holes in it. I don't even know if this will fit with this shirt. Let's see. Oh, that's awfully loose. Yeah. I need to punch more holes in this. Oh, it does have a second set. It's just set farther where I didn't expect it. Yes, there we go. Okay. This is what happens. My brain forgets how I made my own objects. Don't touch a thing for long enough, it stops existing the way you thought it did. It's still a bit loose, but better. Can make it work, I think. Do I need to trim my wings in these? I think I might a bit. Should have put it on upside down if I wanted to do that. It looks better from that angle. Oh well. I'll just wear it down at the bottom. Ta-da! Looking the part, looking the part. Always so important to look the part when you do your art. As I was saying, goodness. Yes, we did get some tools. Good things have happened in addition to all of the bad. And in addition to all of the poverty and need and fire and brimstone and calamity. And ice storms and volcanoes and time paradoxes and general nonsense. It occurs to me suddenly that I have not worn my back brace. I was a bit kerfuffled as I was making my way out of my shower. Dealing with something with the kids. I need a new one of these things so bad. It's so messed up. The elastic's all like pinching in and whatnot. I need to call my orthopedist. Theoretically, I should be able to get what the hell is this? It says I got a $30 some weird gift card from my laundry company. Not even my laundry company. A laundry that I used once that required me to sign up for an app to use it. Whatever. I don't know. I'll look at that later. I doubt it'll be useful for anything. Okay, let's tidy up a little bit, rearrange things some. As I was saying, this fell down into the water. God, it's soaking. And squeeze it out. I just oops. I have to have this fan like blow at that and dry out the puddle. Of course, it's a losing proposition. We're about to have the ice storm hit in a few hours, but I suppose I could try to grab a cup and like scoop it out or something, but that seems like a bit of a faff. But new tools. We got some chisels. That's exciting. Check these out. Chisels. They definitely need to be sharpened and like that's yeah. I mean, it's a decent factory edge, I suppose, but it's dead ass straight. I mean, actually, no. That's a terrible factory edge. Ew. But it doesn't matter. We do have our sharpening stones. Those were one of the things that we managed to acquire. Gosh, it's been a while. 1 or 2 months ago, we got the sharpening stones. I can't remember if somebody bought those for us off the wish list or if I ended up buying them when we got a big donation. Either way, we have them, and we can use them to set up a proper edge on these chisels. Maybe we can think about making a proper case for them or something. The packaging they came in self-destructed, but I don't know if I have any like really appropriate cloth. Some canvas would be good to make just like a little canvas roll-up thing, you know? Little pouch, stick them in. But I don't have any canvas, I don't believe. I'm trying to think if there's any fabric I have that would really be appropriate. Most of the fabric I have on hand was for puppet making, so it's like felt, which these would just rip through felt. They would just fall apart immediately. Or fur. Faux fur would... I don't know if it would fall apart, but it would get dirty and gross looking immediately. But, yeah. And I've got a couple of, like, half yards of Walmart fabric, but that is real thin and flimsy too. The chisels, especially if I sharpen them worth a darn, would just rip right through it. I mean, you could still use kind of flimsy fabric if I had some like leather or something to reinforce the edges. But I don't have any spare leather, I don't think. Unless I want to do something drastic, like just start cutting bits of leather off the bottom of my apron. I mean, it wouldn't kill it to lose an inch or two, but once you start doing that, that way lies needing a new apron in a month. Anyways, we will get these chisels sharpened up, I suppose, while we try not to fret about the fact that the ice is coming. We don't have any food. Yeah. Oh, man. Step in the puddle, that would not be fun. Let's get the... oh, goodness. Let's get some of this stuff set to the side so it's not in the way. Here, let's put this on. Ah, darn it. That went about as worse as it possibly could. Oh man, these sores on my back are doing me. Only threw what I wanted to throw well past where I wanted it to land, but I knocked a bunch of other stuff off the tree. So, we're working up, aside from just in general trying to have a functional workshop for surviving the apocalypse and whatnot, we are working towards getting our shop going, both for the purpose of teaching the 2 teenagers that I'm raising how to do all of the things, but also for puppet and prop production for videos using practical effects. Here, let me turn this down a little. I'm working on a sci-fi, space necromancy, far future, weird sort of video series, and I'm starting to put together some props and things for it. But we're also trying to just generally get all of the tools and whatnot we need for doing metalworking and woodworking and surviving, building whatever we need to from whatever we can. But yeah. Ooh, glowy purple stuff. Here, I could show you some of like the series I'm starting to work on now is going to have a very different aesthetic from what I'm about to show you, but I was doing like kind of cloth puppets and things like that for a while. But the puppets I want to use for doing like the new stuff are going to be a lot more dark, and I want them to have plaster faces that will like break, and oh man, these are not very easy to reach to. Okay, I was going to show you more of them, but I'm about to knock a bunch of other stuff over trying to reach for it. Anyways, but yeah. But yeah, what we're like I was saying, we just got some new chisels, so we would like to sharpen those up today, get those going, maybe make a little holder for them or whatnot. I need to try to save this battery. It's not replaceable. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I am also, just in general, have reached the age where it's like, oh, it's time to learn about tools and making things, you know? But also, the teenagers are interested in blacksmithing and, of course, you know, making swords and all that sort of stuff. So, we've been working towards Where did I put the... Oh, here it is. Working towards getting our blacksmithing stuff set up. We got our little anvil here. Back a little bit. Move this back some. Get out the Oh, there I go knocking stuff over. The hardest thing I ever did? Get off of heroin. That's probably it. Whoop. Maybe I put them in here. Up in here. No. I'm gonna keep that out though. We might repunch this collar a little bit more. Actually, no, we're not gonna mess with that today. That's a project for another time. Where did I put my sharpening stones? Here? Probably. I don't have the best tool storage solutions yet, so things are a bit disorganized. Here? No. Oh, wow. Where did I put these things? I had them out not too long ago, I thought, because I was... Oh, wait. Maybe I put them in the scrap wood box. Here, or did they fall down back to the front? Put them in the Dremel case today. Well, this is going great so far. Part of the difficulty here is just from the fact that I'm in a tent. I don't have solid walls that I could like build shelves off of or... What do I do with these things? Oh. Oof. Oh goodness. I got so much dust all over me, that's not good. Good morning, Draven Heart. I'm in the struggle this morning. Whew. I have misplaced my diamond sharpening stones. And I just kicked up a bunch of dust looking for them and breathed it all in. Perhaps I placed them... Oh, bye. Well, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I hope you and the kiddo recuperate quickly. Alright. Let's see. I don't think they were in there now. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Nope, not in there. I thought they were here, but I'm not seeing them. Where the world could they have gone? Let's see. God damn it, it's so dark in here. I can never see anything that's happening. Okay, these. Hatchet. Go here. Saw blades. We have quite thoroughly investigated this toolbox. Definitely not in there. Let's close that. Okay. Looked in that. Whoop. Okay, witch hazel. Ah. Alright. Oh. Oh. Circulate that real quick. Where else can I check? Really trying to avoid taking down this green screen, but it's really aggravating me too. Definitely not in here. Ugh. Well, this has all gone downhill rather quickly. Ah, damn. Well, what do you know? Well, at least I found them. At least it didn't turn out that somebody just came in and stole them or something. It's just that I'm a fool who stuck the sharpening plates over on the art supply cart, which not really where these belong. Silly me for only looking in all the places where they belonged first. I'm gonna need to chill out for a second. My head is buzzing like, whoa. This breathing in all this dust has got me. Woo! You might see a Father Draven prophecy here in a few minutes. If I start screaming about grocery stores, my brain is swollen. Yeah, this is my autoimmune mess. When it starts flaring up, I get, transient encephalitis from my brain swelling, and I start getting loopy. It starts, I've got a theory that, COVID fucked up your, my H5, I always forget the letters. It's like H5-2N serotonin acetylcholine receptors or whatever. And it messes with your, like, this is the worst time for me to try to talk about this is when it's happening. So maybe we'll come back to this later. I can't get into the weeds. Anyways, COVID breaks brains, makes you god people, prophets, anomalous existential orientation is the psychiatric term. Yeah. You start feeling different and indignant about things, and it makes you like lock into your ideology. Luckily in my case, my ideology was already do everything you can to reduce harms and help people and, stop bad stuff from happening, generally via opposing capitalism. But a lot of other people got locked into a lot of other really bad ideologies when they got the brain shuffle from the old COVID. Ooh, don't burn on that. Let me move this away. That's a vintage tape cassette thing. I'd like to refurbish that and turn it into a proper toolbox, like put some stiffening like MDF inside of it and line it with leather with, you know, loops to like hang tools in and stuff. I think it'd make a great, you know, I think this would make a great, cool little toolbox, you know? But it was for cassettes. Obviously, we're not using audio cassettes now, and all the stuff inside of it, like the plastic to hold the cassettes, was all mangled to hell. So I tore that all out, but it's really flimsy. It needs to be reinforced, and it needs some. I need to get some leather to do the interior on it. Yeah, that's the big lesson I got through the pandemic was, oh yeah, the people and systems that are supposed to support you in times of crisis are utterly broken, complete failures. Are both our economic and sociological makeup of our society is entirely dysfunctional. I could go into a lot of details on that, but I really don't need to jump into the trauma dumping right now because holy cow. That'll definitely get me. Yeah. Oh, let me turn this off. All right. I'm not doing too bad. I guess I didn't breathe in too much bad dust. I've been doing relatively good of trying to keep it pretty cleaned up in here so it doesn't build up too much. I've got the air filter running on the box fan all the time. But still, especially when I'm sawing and sanding and all that sort of stuff in here, it's inevitable. All right, let's goodness. I've made a mess of all this. It's there where I'm not gonna lose it. Woo. Okay. I'm gonna need to reorganize this a little bit. Oh my, oh dear, oh my, oh dear, oh my. Oh dear, oh my, oh my, oh dear. You go back up there. Forgot all these clothes were in here. I should start wearing some of this stuff. The other problem with living in a tent is everything ends up piled up on top of each other. You forget that thing isn't a part of the landscape, it's a container that you can't get to because there's stuff on top of it. got so much crap that I try to keep just for like materials. Like this is really good bendable mylar sheeting. Something came in, I don't remember what. But I need to do better about sorting it all and organizing it. This I guess belongs with art materials over here. Not where I put it over there, but in that general area. There will do for now. Goodness. Alright. Bible. Okay. All right. There. Well, that's approximating order. Okay. Now, let's try to actually accomplish something. Oh, go away, healthcare.gov. Oh, goodness. Can you at least pretend to be a table for a minute? So wibbly wobbly. Alright, here, let's, This is generally a bad idea. In fact, I knocked over this little table, and it caused a bit of a catastrophe. Why is this showing a scroll bar? That's weird looking. Okay. Refreshing fixed it. Okay. So let's just try not to knock the table over, but I need it to be a little bit more solid. Let's get our sharpening stones out. Now, I tried to build a station for these, just glue up some pieces of wood together to stick them down to so it'd have a nice base or whatever. And that's when that board over there split in half. So I ended up abandoning that for now. But they don't really need all that. I suppose I could put them... I don't want to put them on there because you got to use water on them, and I don't want to get the anvil wet if I can avoid it. Okay, water. Speaking of which, let's get our water. I wish I had a spare spray bottle to put some water in. That'd be good. But all of my spray bottles are full of other substances. But just need a little tiny bit. Here, let's start with the smallest one. Boy, this darn chair. Get my right. I need to fix this. The darn bib of this isn't cut right. It like wants to fall forward. Yeah, see, it's wanting to slide. Here. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna put the anvil in front of it. It's gonna make it so you can't see a darn thing, but it's gonna stop it from sliding around. God, this table not being level isn't helping either because the water keeps wanting to just run off to the side and you're losing all your water, which is supposed to, like, the metal filings float up out of the grit. But if your water all runs off, it's not enough to float the filings up. This is why I need so desperately to get this I was trying to get a bit of a rounding on that, but it's move down to the next one. We're just gonna do a quick sharpening on this. Once again, all the water just runs off because it's tilted. Nothing is level. Nothing is level ever. Right, maybe if I amble over here. Wanting to slide everywhere. That was part of why I needed to make a kit for it, was to hold them in place. Because you really need 2 hands to like make it easy to hold the right angle, but yeah. It's always something. Let me boost the mutual aid ask. We are... Oh, somebody just tried to share my mutual aid request in the thread of somebody I have blocked. Oh well. got these in the wrong order. Wonder that didn't seem like it was right. It wasn't. Alright. The tips go. Ah, peanuts. I lost a little rubber cap. Oh, there it is. All right. Let me see, oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to plug this back in. I forgot to plug this thing in like twice in a row and now it's dead. And I'm already like 10 minutes late. Ah. Ah. Oh, goodness. Well, we've got less than 2 hours until the ice arrives. And, yeah. God damn it. Spilling water everywhere. Fuck, man. Alright, I'm gonna have to move this to a different surface. This is just not working. It's just too wibbly wobbly. I'm spilling more water than I'm keeping on the plates. It's a mess. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be walking to the store in the ice storm. Fun stuff. Whoa. But I really want this getting wet either. This wood is already hard enough to cut through without adding moisture to it. It's not even really solid on the axis I need it on. Here, let's take this top board off and just use the lower. That one's not as important right now. Scooch down even lower. The fog has really rolled in on me. Uh. Hmm. This one's going a lot better than that first one. Having a solid surface to work on makes such a big difference. Yep, that's a hair. That's a hair right there that we done cut off with the chisel. I'm not even gonna try to focus it in that web camera. I know it's not possible. But trust me, it's sharp. Oh yeah. This is much more what I was hoping to go for. Not quite perfect, but darn close. Heck, let's do I have the rubber mallet here? Where did that go? I thought I had it over. I don't see it. Mallet would be better than just a metal hammer. I thought I had it over. Here's the just take a little. Oh yeah, that cut right in there. Nice. Good deal, good deal. Oh, I don't think you could see what I was doing there. I was just taking a little test bite at a... Can you see it there? Where was I at? Was I up here? Yeah, I was way too far forward. You could kind of see that I was chiseling, but still. Oh yeah, that's doing it. Seems to be holding the edge okay. Satisfying chisel. Oh, that's loose though. I suppose if it ever actually needs it, it'll tighten up. Alright, I guess on to the next one. I don't know what else to do. Unless we got any requests. We'll just finish sharpening these chisels, I guess. Next up, we got the 19mm. It's chisel. It's chiseling. All right, last one. Let's see if this is charged up enough to work yet. That should help my brain a bit. Nearly a full hour late. let's put some links in the chat. There is the Discord. It's the place where you can chat all day, and the throne is where you can buy gifts our way. Kofi, also line in rhyme, to give us money all the time. Cash App is the next link on the list. I hope nobody expects this to be a good rhyme or they'll be pissed. Multitask. YouTube is video hell. Blue sky will trap you under its spell. Alright, oh, I gotta go refill my water bottles so I can take my meds. I'll be right back. I return from the burn. Will I ever learn not to start a new song, trying to go and sing along without words in my head? I'm gonna make myself be dead. Oh no, demonetized. That's okay, I'm not already, guys. Oh my goodness. I've been blessed. I've been cursed. I've been through the worst of the best. What's left? I'm bereft. We've lost everything. It all cost the world. The childhood of my baby girl. Speaking of bad song lyrics, I need to organize mine. They're spread out all over the bloody place, scattered in Discord channels and notebooks and text files and X the Everything app posts. I'm not going back to X the Everything app, but I was never there while it was X. I left like before all that bullshit. But a lot of my old posts have, I did download the archives is what I'm saying, so I can like dig through my old Twitter archive and anyways, it's time for meds. That was the reason for the water collection. Man, my meds are running low. I really need to get some of those too. We don't even have money for food yet. Fail. Whew. All right. There we are. Medicated, aspirated. Even if I'm exasperated. Do not have a, yeah. One blue glove left. As those watching the stream have seen, I'm down to my last pair of gloves. That I need to wear basically constantly because of my autoimmune disorder. I should have gotten an appropriate container for dribbling water on these. What I really need is just a little water bottle, just a little one that I'll poke a little hole in the lid of. That would be perfect for just squirting some on there. But all I have is my big water bottles. I keep dumping more water on them than I really need or intend to. Thank you, Draven Heart. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Ooh. Let's update the display name. Every bit gets us a little closer. Oh, come on, UI. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Oof. Ooh. Where's my... There we go. All right. Yeah, I know what you mean. I always, whenever I get a big chunk for whatever reason, whether it's like a big donation or a couple of times I got, you know, a chunk of money from my inheritance, I always try to, you know, spread it around a bit, you know? We're all spending all of our time reposting each other and, you know, boosting each other's things. Try to lift all the boats when the tide comes in. decide if I need to turn on the hot plate again. Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to have some more tools and things, but most of the stuff that I am working towards, like the prop and scenery building and stuff, I did back when I was in like high school and college. I was big into the tech crew of the drama department and doing like scenery and stuff like that. But I also had a fair bit of tools and practice just because of the house I grew up in, which was 100 years old and constantly falling apart around us. So I was always having to fix everything, you know? It was a really cool old house, but it was a lot of work to deal with living there. It was like an old Victorian style big 2-story house with huge like 12-foot ceilings downstairs. It was crazy. My family was definitely at the like lower upper class or upper middle class with a downward trajectory. Yeah. I had to do a lot of improvising for handicap accommodations when I caught the long COVID and all of a sudden was allergic to the air in the house I was staying in that was full of mold. I set up like an airlock going into my bedroom with plastic sheeting where you would come step in and there was like an air filter in there, and then you'd come in through another flap into the room, and I had air filters running in there and stuff. That was a whole mess. Luckily, even when I broke my back, I didn't really have to do much at the time, because I could still walk fine. It's just I was in constant pain all the time and having like phantom nerve pain from the nerves getting pinched and stuff. Oh wow, yeah. That's that's a lot of value out of that hack. Well, it's you know, it's always difficult to see so many people going through it, but it's good to see that they can, you know, help each other out. Uh that's something that I've been like kicking around for a while, is like some sort of like, you know, co-living situation with other disabled people, you know, like a co-op, or uh like I was trying to get a like a sort of disabled artist co-op going for a while, but uh it was all very unorganized and never really went anywhere. Yeah. Like, I keep kind of going back and forth over, like, well, do we just try to organize something that's online first? Uh, or do we, you know, try to do something in person immediately? And I don't know. It all just kind of keeps wishy-washying away, you know? It's so hard when you're constantly having to tread water just to stay afloat, you know? It's hard to like get anything organized and actually happening. Like, everybody is always so tied up in their own crises. And that includes me. I'm constantly having to stop worrying about whatever project I'm trying to organize to just be like, oh crap, I can't afford my medicine, I can't afford food, you know? Well, I'm glad I can provide some value. It helps me calm down too, cause before I was came on stream and started working, I was just like, ah, the ice storm's coming. I don't have any money. We don't have anything to eat. And yeah, I mean, I'm a little still zonked out and brain fogged a bit, but I'm at least not just in a blind panic. It's so easy. Like, I mean, I already had BPD before the COVID, uh, which, you know, uh, makes me prone to spiraling. And then I got the autoimmune disorder that's set off by my stress hormones that, like, physically reinforces the spiral, where when I start to panic, my stress hormones flood my body, and then my brain starts to swell, and then I get more confused and panicked, and it's a, you know, it's a downward spiral that's somewhat difficult to break out of a lot of the time. The only reason I've been able to deal with it all is because I already had 20 years of therapy when my brain started running out of my ears. Yeah. I I need to find myself a new therapist. I've been without one for a while. As much as I talk about, like, oh, therapy is what's helped me get through this, uh I I I I didn't have one. uh the last one I had, I think, was with a service that I ended up not being with for whatever reason. But uh and then I thought we were going to be leaving North Carolina, and I was like, well, if we're going to be leaving North Carolina, I don't want to just start a relationship, or, you know, start trying to find somebody to start building a relationship with, you know, cuz yeah. And it's kind of gotten to the point now we've kind of just like accepted that, well, we're not getting out of here anytime soon, so I guess I need to start looking for one. Metal screw inset or something? I don't know what this is or where it came from, and that worries me when I find very tiny mechanical pieces that I don't know where they came from. What are you? Little, maybe it's just a bushing? Little cylinder with a lip on one end, hollow down the middle. Huh. I hope you aren't important inside of something that I need to function. Go. That'll do. Now, let's see. Let's get these properly dry. Good. Oops. Just ram the chisel right into the anvil right after you sharpen it. Well, I think it's fine. It just took a little bit of the stupid blue paint off the anvil that's not supposed to really be on the horn anyway, but that's something I need to do soon, is buff off this anvil horn with my Dremel tool. I should probably do that outside though. I'll video it though, definitely. I don't know if I'll bother setting up for a stream for it, but that's definitely worth videotaping. It's real, you know, sparks flying. Good video. Alrighty. Now, where do I want to put these that they will be found? Should I put them in the toolbox? That was where I looked for them first this morning, before I went on the long odyssey. I suppose this is as reasonable a place as any. I don't think they'll be damaged by being in here. Nothing here. Yes. Perfect. Almost like they belong there. All right. Now, actually, I was starting to think this board here Uh, only the top face of it really needs to be faced. Like, I do want to cut off this bottom bit of inch just to get rid of some of the ragged wood and take the mass down a little bit. It's just a little bit too heavy right now. But it doesn't really need to be smooth like the top face does. So I was wondering if I might, instead of just, you know, sawing away, I do have the hatchet. I've also got the fro. The fro might be good for this since we've already got a cut and a kerf. Maybe we could fro that side off. Maybe we'll split the beam in half in a way we don't want to, but maybe we could fro it off. Let me go grab this fro. I think it's in the utility room. All right. Oh man, I should tag, can you tag people on, or whisper? You can whisper on Twitch, right? There's whispers. Semi-random sevens bought us this fro. And he's been saying whenever I'm in the Daltos chat, he wants to see it used. We're finally gonna use the fro. Sevens isn't here. I'll have to show him the clip. I do not have enough space in here, and it is sending me right now. Also, this door flap is not zipped right. Of wood, pieces of wood. Need to go somewhere, pieces of wood. Ugh. Long to fit anywhere reasonable. Stick it right there for now. This piece. So I can slide this chair out of the way. I mean, I normally hide the chair at that end, but that just hasn't worked out today. We're not about to try to make that maneuver. It is. It's not doing too bad in here. I'm just cold. It's halfway. Water bottles out of the way. Out of the way. What do you say? Let's play with our tools today. We're gonna try and split some wood. How much wood could your wood splitter split if a wood splitter could? Fetch it and fro, which way are we gonna go? Alright, come here, you big old beam. Gonna cut you like cream cheese. I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, and you can't see. Step back ways. And all right, camera up. Mallet. Malletus maleficarum. need to be... Ooh. No, let's not stand on the wheelie chair. I might... Sit, Ubu, sit. You forward. All right. Give me an inch or two here. That's just a lovely place to have a pivot point. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Whoop. This seems less than safe. Huh? No. Well, that kind of did what I wanted. Well, so much for the fro just taking us clean down. It bit out real quick, but it did take off a fair amount of material. This is such an awkward angle. Here. Boy, this is gonna be fun to clean up. Oh, you can't even see what's going on. I'm just gonna hew this rough. Big clouds of dust poofing up when I hit that knot. I wish I had a hewing hatchet that was beveled to one side. That's much better for doing this sort of work, but All right. I'm sweating. Whew. Ah. Zoomed out fisheye view of a large beam with pieces smashed out of it, with a hatchet, shingle throw, and mallet next to it on the floor of a messy tent, period. Zoomed in picture of the axe, froe, and mallet with the shattered wood. How it's going. Clickbait. Make it look like I'm incredibly upset and not just a little tired and taking a break. Storytelling through photography. I do think this axe needs to be sharpened. I suppose I could do that with the diamond plates. Just feels weird for some reason. I am very tired though. I might just switch to doing something else. All right. I feel like I should do some chiseling, but I don't know what to chisel. We just got those chisels all sharpened. Like, the big thing I need the chisels for is for mortising out this beam once we get it hewn to the size we want to put the legs in. But that also involves cutting the legs. I mean, we could mortise before we cut the legs, I guess, technically, but that also feels wrong. In fact, if we mortise before we cut the legs and then discover the material doesn't provide as much as we thought, that could be bad. I mean, theoretically, I could buy wood instead of using reclaimed scrap I find in the public park, but that involves money. Time for one of these. Oh, log that. Beep bop boop. Let's alright, I'm gonna, if this reconnects properly, there we go. I'm gonna pop over to the Be Right Back screen for just a minute. I shall return. Alright. I return. Oof. I don't know. Let's abandon hope, all ye who wanted more hatcheting. At least for right now. But between the lack of energy, the low blood sugar, and the kidney pain, we don't have it in us. Oof. Oh. Well, at least the chance of precipitation has been pushed off until the evening. Thankfully, my cell phone notifications lied to me, and it's not actually starting to come out of the sky until later, so we still have some time. Alright. Brain, come to me. Let us think of what we want to do instead of what we were doing. Need hydration. Oh, my lips are so chapped. This dry heat has been killing me. I wish I had some, like, plywood or just sheet boards that were in good shape. I'd make, like, a stand to, like, hold a bunch of the tools, I think. Got that one board that's okay, but it's not very long. Oh man. Well, I guess I'm gonna tap out here. We're at 3.5 hours. I didn't even realize we shot past what I nominally, arbitrarily declare as my time goal. So that's probably part of why I'm just totally fading out. I think this is just, we're just hitting the end of my spoons for streaming, I guess. But thank you everybody. Thank you Draven Heart. Thank you anybody else who might be around or watching the VOD. Cheers.